Mellow greetings, everybody. My name is James. I am from the internet. Today we are going to talk about packages. No. Packages, like in the mail, postal packages, and more importantly, why you're not getting them. Now, in general, I dedicate most of my video time on issues that don't necessarily pertain to myself because, well, that's what you're supposed to do when you have privilege. You exercise it to help other people get further along. Videos about race, but I am white. I make videos about landlord, but I have a home and I'm making mortgage payments. I make videos about access to healthcare, yet I have insurance. Today, however, the package situation, somewhat personal. This is going to be one of the few times I am being selfish and actually asking questions and digging into an issue that is directly affecting me. Again, not really my jam, but Christmas is kicking my ass this year. Now, I don't know how many of you are still waiting for packages as I sit here on the day of Christmas Eve, tick-tock, 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 staring at my watch going, oh God, I can't believe this is going to fucking happen. Half my Christmas is just out in a void somewhere. And I'm not normally one to slam on the post office. I have family members who have worked in the post office. I have neighbors who work at the post office. It's a tough job. People go out there and they grind, and most of us take it for granted. We're just so used to the post office being in the periphery of our lives, sort of like part of the background, part of the tapestry. Like you kind of don't notice it unless it's fucked up. Right now, literally the day before Christmas, it is jacked. And yet, for the most part, this problem has kind of flown under the radar. Now, I know I've seen a couple of stories on, 24-hour cable news stations. However, they're usually sandwiched in between talks about COVID, talks about Trump, talks about the economy. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, so I can understand why this is somewhat getting lost in the shuffle. However, I started reading a couple of local stories trying to figure out what the exact problem was, and it took me down a rabbit hole. As usual, I'm going to share it with you so we can get to the bottom of why those packages aren't coming and why little Timmy isn't getting his G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip that you ordered 3 weeks ago, and what the hell that conversation's going to look like, you with your 8-year-old on Christmas morning. So I'm going to take you through the trail backwards of what I've been finding. It's going to be a slightly different approach compared to what we normally do, but I promise the payoff will still be just as tasty as usual. Missing a package, millions may arrive late this Christmas as Postal Service wrestles with delays. As of Tuesday, almost 19,000 postal workers were quarantined either because they had COVID or came into contact with somebody who had it. So this particular article came out on the 22nd, and it is a local ABC affiliate in Dallas, Texas. In this article, they cite the problem being a national one because online shopping had a huge blow-up period around Black Friday because a lot of people couldn't or didn't go to brick-and-mortar stores and ordered online even more than usual. If we go back a few days, this one appeared in the Philadelphia Inquirer on December 18th. Thousands of delayed packages are piled up at Pennsylvania Postal Service facilities. Quote, you're not going to get your Christmas presents. Again, this is a local publication. Notice the ludicrous amount of boxes. Quote, facilities across the region are so full of packages there's barely enough room to walk, employees in Philadelphia, Lehigh Valley, and South Jersey said. In Allentown, about 10 trailers filled with mail are sitting in a parking lot with no room to unload the items. In Philadelphia, there are packages dated from before Thanksgiving scattered across the facility, employees said. Last week, a miles-long caravan of dozens of delivery trucks filled with mail waited for hours outside of the Southwest Philly site because there was no room to unload the parcels. So, again, there is a record backlog of packages, and now these articles are saying that they date back to at least before Black Friday. Let's keep rolling backwards and find the source. Huge backlog at U.S. post offices means millions of holiday packages might not arrive for Christmas. This is Channel 3 in Indianapolis. This is back on December 16th. 13 News confirmed increased demand and chronic staffing shortages have created a massive backup that's hobbled the U.S. Postal Service's ability to deliver packages on time, and part of the backlog is at the USPS shipping hub in Indianapolis. When 13 News first contacted the U.S. Postal Service last week, a spokeswoman said, the Postal Service is not commenting on local situations. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. It's not us. You gotta talk to those people. I don't know anything. Great, great. This is the government response we've been craving for the last 4 years of idiocy is now we can just go back to normal, no comment. They received a USPS statement that said the Postal Service has experienced a considerable increase in package volume. We apologize for the inconvenience of late arriving packages and are working to minimize the impact to our customers. So apparently the Postal Service knows that there's a problem and they're working to correct it. Okay. On Wednesday, 13 News spoke with two supervisors at a local post office who decided to remain anonymous, which means, oh yeah, this should be good. Quote, all priority mail is now running 1 to 2 weeks behind, but the post office won't admit that. They won't tell anybody anything, said one of the supervisors. And this isn't just here in Indiana, it's the entire country. They are sending out 8 semi-trucks of packages a night, but are getting 16 trucks a night. So they're really behind. My suspicion is the packages will eventually get there. I just have no idea when. If we keep our fingers crossed, they might arrive by Christmas, but there's no guarantee. The post office supervisor said post office workers are so inundated with packages, it has been difficult to keep track of them. Quote, they are so overwhelmed they are just throwing the packages in the trucks without scanning them. It's a big mess. Also on December 16th, this tweet popped up on Twitter showing a mail sorting facility with an enormous backlog of packages that are listed as in transit when the owners go to find them on the USPS tracking site. That's how much mail there is. If you have any questions as to how widespread this problem has become, you can check the hashtag USPS delays. This is how I sort of found a lot of this and was absolutely horrified at just how bad the problem is. Going further back, trying to find the source of the problem. Lost packages and delays, United States Postal Service shipping and mail delivery issues continue as holiday gift shopping kicks into high gear. This is from all the way back on December 4th from Greensboro, North Carolina. This started with people sending in emails to their local news busters on their local news station saying that they had packages that they had been tracking for a week that were supposedly sitting in a facility in Greensboro, North Carolina, and they couldn't ever find out what happened to their package. Quote, USPS Greensboro, North Carolina Distribution Center is where packages go to die. That's what somebody posted on Facebook. Again, this is back on December 4th. In the past 3 weeks, things have gotten extremely bad. I sent a perishable item priority 2 days, and it took 5 days, and the item perished because it sat in the Greensboro Distribution Center for 3 days. Every single one of my packages in the last 3 weeks has either been not delivered or lost. Things will get marked delivered, but when I go to my mailbox, nothing is there. Still waiting on 4 packages. 3 of them are marked in transit and arrived late, while the other one says it departed a regional facility, but still hasn't made it to the post office or to me. Now, I myself have had this issue. I have numerous packages that are supposedly sitting at facilities or are in transit and have been in transit for weeks, and there's literally now not even an update on the USPS web tracking site, and that's when the site is up because so many people are hitting it. Again, this has become like a national problem. And you're seeing very little national coverage. You're seeing smatters of local coverage. Now, again, part of this is because of the Rona. And a lot of people are out of work. They're not working at mail sorting facilities. There are fewer end workers doing daily delivery. Yes, online shopping has accelerated. But none of this was outside of the normal bounds of what the post office can do. So how the hell did this all start? Well, you know how we've been going backwards on these articles. Now I'm going to take you all the way back to July when a whole bunch of people, a shit ton smarter than me, told you this was going to fucking happen. Anybody want to guess why? This is back on July 31st. Mail delays fuel concern Trump is undercutting postal system ahead of voting. If you go ahead and you look in these articles, they go into great detail about all the steps that Trump and DeJoy, who's his postmaster general that he installed, went to cripple the post office. Why? Part of it is because Trump is angry at Jeff Bezos, and he knows that 1/3 of all Amazon mail fulfillment is done through the USPS. So he got to fuck Jeff Bezos. Of course, Jeff Bezos is now fucking all the people who are using his website, both as end users and as product manufacturers. But that's cool because, sometimes a lot of little people get squashed when big people have temper tantrum fights. Now, of course, Trump and DeJoy went out of their way to remove mail sorting machines from facilities all across the country before all the mail-in ballots. Guess what they never reinstalled into all of those facilities after the election? Anybody want to guess? Postal sorting machines. Duh! And because Trump and all the fucking sycophantic plutocrats he's been bringing in with him are just drooling at the thought of privatizing everything and extracting more wealth and profit out of it, they decided that the post office should run like a business and turn a profit, unlike every single other government agency which runs at an enormous loss. So DeJoy, courtesy of Donald Trump, canceled all overtime. That includes for holiday and rush periods. So the end result is that for the last 5 months, all of these packages have been slowly backlogging so that the USPS could run a lower labor percentage like the good capitalist business Trump and DeJoy are trying to run it as. So there you go. Now you know what the hell is going on. So tomorrow morning, on Christmas morning, when little Timmy comes downstairs and he opens up all his presents and he's super happy, and at the end of the morning he looks around and then you see the little sad frown on his face. He's like, Mother, why doesn't Santa Claus love me? Why didn't he give me the G.I. Joe? It was the one thing I asked for, Mom. You can look little Timmy in the eye and say, oh, sweet Timmy, it's Donald Trump, and he said, tough shit. Merry Christmas, everybody. My name is James. I'm from the internet, and I'm out. Peace.